upgraded to a flagrant 2.
The defensive foul on Dejanay Carrington has been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 2. Since there's wind-up, impact, and follow-through, high potential for injury, players in a vulnerable position. Since the basket was successful, Sophie Cunningham will receive 2 free throws to make 1.
There's wind-up, there's follow-through, there's potential for injury, the player's in a vulnerable position. And so Dejanay Carrington, who had been off to an incredible start, is now
the WNBA season's most explosive event not only stopped a basketball game, but it also totally destroyed a professional league's institutional confidence. What broke out on the court between the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever was a deliberate physical attack that was followed by an unprecedented campaign of digital warfare. Analysts and spectators were taken aback when a severe foul was committed right away, developed into serious officiating confusion and coaching betrayals. The oppressive strain in the As 2 passionate adversaries engaged in a struggle for supremacy, the arena reached a boiling point.
Dejanay Carrington went to the locker room and tweeted,
Maybe upgraded, I think, to a flagrant.
White privileged. How in the hell is this white privilege when you assaulted a player? Sophie didn't touch you. How is this a race issue? Make it make sense. Because I am definitely confused here, guys. I mean, I am hella confused. How is this a race issue, bro? And then not only that, Sophie Cunningham speaks on the matter. So immediately after the game, y'all know the reporters wasted no time catching up with the Sophster. And a lot of stuff did happen, and I did forget about
In the first quarter of this crucial game, the Indiana Fever attempted to establish early physical superiority over their opponents. Sophie Cunningham accelerated while securing the basketball in transition down the floor during a fast break layup. Throughout the season, Cunningham had solidified her position as her roster's indisputable enforcer and physical guardian, following closely behind her on. Chicago Sky guard Dejanay Carrington made the fast break, closing the distance with terrifying speed and terrible intent.
So she said they gave us the same explanation. And when you mix that in with what the referee said even transpired in the first place once again.
Yeah, she intentionally seeked out the official.
She intentionally, Caitlin Clark intentionally seeked out an official and used
you were backwards to them. Did you even know they were there in that moment?
And through the forearm.
And through a forearm. So Caitlin intentionally, that's a wild accusation, by the way, not accidentally, intentionally ran in and seeked out an official and threw a forearm when you can clearly see in real time that Caitlin Clark was literally hip bumped by Natasha Howard while she was mobile. You guys know when you're running, you are in a vulnerable position. Any slight push or anything can really exaggerate your trajectory and where you're headed.
So clearly was a foul. It was not called.
How is that a forearm extension? Can somebody please let me know, how is this a forearm extension?
So clearly was
How is this a forearm extension? Is this a forearm extension to you guys? If anything, that's a backhand extension. But this referee wouldn't know that. I'm telling you, man, this target on CeCe's back is clear as day. But anyways, Caitlin Clark already knew what was going on. As I said, she was a little too confident right here. President Clark, somebody must have told her something. This was my reaction to it. I'm on the bottom right if you can't tell.
Another technical foul. I know that can lead to another suspension.
Of course, Kelsey laughing.
Thoughts on what happened?
She said I ran into her. I've already watched it on the tape, so we'll let the league decide, but it wasn't intentional or anything. So I'm hoping it's getting rescinded, Holly. I'll see.
And nothing was said. Nothing was said.
I'll see.
She said it wasn't intentional.
Carrington fired a horrific full-force hit straight across the court as Cunningham rose toward the rim to complete the play. Cunningham's neck and head. Cunningham was brutally knocked out of midair by the hit and slammed hard onto the hardwood court while her layup fell via the net. This very moment, traditional sports play vanished into perilous chaos. Everyone there was stunned by the impact's intensity, which caused the arena to freeze. Within,
I hope she's done at the end of this season. I can't believe, I don't care if Dejanay Carrington played for you in the past. Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark, they are in your locker room right now, and you are defending Dejanay Carrington. We're going to compare what you had to say, Stephanie White, to the fans, what they had to say about Dejanay Carrington calling this white privilege. Nasty work, man. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, like the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. We got to get into it, man. Stephanie Dingbat White, bonehead. The lady has no idea what she's doing. She's in over her head. She's way over her head when it comes to this job. She needs to go back to being head coaches of teams that nobody really gives a damn about. And it's that simple. Take a listen to Stephanie White defending Dejanay Carrington. This is disgusting. If I'm Sophie Cunningham, I'm pissed. My mouth was bleeding. She tried to take my head off, and you at the podium talking about, oh, you don't think it was on purpose. What?
And also there was, for Steph, there was Sophie's flagrant foul from Dejanay. Just what was your reaction to that? Just your thoughts on what happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a hard foul. I don't think that Dejanay intentionally came out to get her across the neck.
What are you talking about? What are you just have your team's back, bruh. When do you have your team's back, Stephanie?
Carrington fired a horrific full-force hit straight across the court as Cunningham rose toward the rim to complete the play. Cunningham's neck and head. Cunningham was brutally knocked out of midair by the hit and slammed hard onto the hardwood. Court while her layup fell via the net. This very moment, traditional sports play vanished into perilous chaos. Everyone there was stunned by the impact's intensity, which caused the arena to freeze. Within.
At all. She was ejected from the game. It was a flagrant 2. The refs got it right. Don't worry. They'd fuck that up later. I mean, I can't give them credit. How about this, folks? This is me, yours truly. Follow me on the Twitter, @Rhodes How about this, folks? Quote, white privilege with your blonde hair. Yeah. Culturally appropriating Sophie Cunningham's hair? Oh, that's a bad look. I'm just pointing that out. Now, I tagged the WNBA in this @WNBA. This feels like a threat against the Indiana Fever. Dejanay tweets out 8:23 with a smile. Now, again, that's the next time they play, folks. What you gonna do on 8:23? What's going down 8:23 at Kathy Engelbert? @W. You got your ears on? That sounds a whole lot like its own site. Its own site. Clay Travis, blatant racism on the foul in the tweet. She should be thrown out of the league for the rest of the year. But it's the WNBA, so she would probably get a 5-year contract extension. Yeah. The league just tweeted out.
Cunningham instantly emerged from the hardwood court in an obvious state of rage, refusing to play the victim. In front of the players and officials, she charged straight at Carrington and gave him a forceful shove. Hurriedly stepped in. Both players were frantically restrained by teammates to avoid a full scale. Bench-clearing altercation on national television in real time. AS refereeing teams raced. The atmosphere in the arena became hostile. To keep the unstable situation under control, to examine the replay footage from every available source, the game authorities hurried to the court monitor. Angle of the camera, there was no space for discussion after the slow-motion tape breakdown because the referees saw a clean wind-up. Extreme force, as well as careless follow-through over the neck, officially upgraded officiating staff. Carrington was immediately ejected from the arena after the call for a harsh foul penalty. The stadium atmosphere was still quite tight, as Carrington was led to the changing room. Carrington elevated the conflict into full-scale digital warfare rather than defusing it. Only a few minutes after arriving in the changing area, she disregarded standard league regulations, took out her cell phone, and specifically tagged the Indiana Fever in a provocative social media post that accused white privilege. This daring action thrust a very private athletic dispute into the public eye. The immediate online post changed an on-court egregious fall into a global media frenzy. When the media is available after the game, Cunningham skillfully managed the story and refuted any assertion that the hit was a typical play basketball. She made it clear that she thought Carrington's infraction was entirely deliberate and totally needless. Despite having no personal connection to Carrington, Cunningham stated that she believed her opponent was storing up resentment. She strongly declared that she would never permit an attack her on the court without defending herself, when it was anticipated that the Indiana Fever organization would unite, and a startling turn of events occurred at the press stage as they vehemently defended their seasoned enforcer. Stephanie White, head coach of the Fever, made a post-game speech that seemed like a startling betrayal to her support base and locker room. Coach White suddenly defended the opposition players' intentions while standing in front of reporters. Her remarks totally downplayed the seriousness of the brutal blow her own player had just received. Coach White acknowledged that it was a harsh foul, but she shockingly stated that she didn't think Carrington did it on purpose. Aimed for Cunningham's neck. Even though he agreed, the head coach maintained that the collision was unintentional. With the official call for 2 flagrant ejections, this unexpected position deliberately downplayed the harmful aim of a blow that had a high risk of serious harm. Both players and fans were in disbelief when the head coach publicly condoned the physical aggression of an opponent, Coach White's internal optics. Fans of the franchise were immediately outraged by the news conference. Analysts questioned how a head the coach could fail to criticize the opponent's actions while witnessing her own player get clotheslined during a fast break activities. There was a great deal of conflict among supporters who demanded complete allegiance for their bruised enforcer. Coach White's divisive remarks merely fueled an already flaming nightmare for the organization. Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky, tried to fully avoid the escalating controversy when he was available after the game. He said he hadn't watched a replay of the hit, arguing that Carrington was only using the ball legitimately. When questioned about Carrington's, Marsh avoided accountability by claiming he was only learning about the poisonous social media post and would take care of it. Inwardly, AS public criticism grew. His evasive responses left important concerns unanswered. While Cunningham and Carrington's fight dominated